You could call it the official food of the pandemic. Hot dogs. Even the worst cook can make them. And as Megan Alexander reports, they've been flying off the shelves.
Every summer, Americans spend over $1 billion on packaged hot dogs. And most of you are buying garbage. Some Franks are juicy, snappy, all-beef legends, while others are rubbery tubes of regret you buy because you like the price tag, but doesn't belong on your grill. Today we're ranking 11 hot dog brands from absolute worst to delicious best, based on flavor, texture, ingredients, and what actually makes people reach for them at the grocery store. So subscribe, fire up that grill, and grab your mustard, because our #1 pick is going to make you rethink everything you know about hot dogs. Starting at the bottom, we've got Sugardale. This Ohio-born brand has been around since 1920, which makes it all the more puzzling that they haven't figured out texture yet. Sugardale offers both mixed meat and all-beef options, mostly skinless, and they're a Midwest staple thanks to massive family packs at rock-bottom prices. Walk into any discount grocer from Ohio to Indiana, and you'll find Sugardale dominating the cooler with their red and white packaging. The appeal is obvious. When you're feeding a crowd on a budget, Sugardale delivers quantity. These dogs are inexpensive, widely available, and cook up fast without falling apart on the grill. But bite into a Sugardale Frank, and you'll immediately notice that rubbery, soft texture that lacks any satisfying snap. The flavor skews sweeter than most competitors, which might work for some palates, but feels oddly dessert-adjacent for a savory item. The sodium content runs high even by hot dog standards, and the ingredient list shows why. Fillers and added sugars bulk out these dogs at the expense of meatiness. Sugardale works when you need 70 hot dogs for a church picnic and don't want to take out alone. Beyond that, the inconsistent bite and one-note sweetness keep it firmly planted at number 11. Boar's Classic Franks land at number 10, and this Arizona-based brand has built an empire since 1981 on one simple promise: dirt-cheap hot dogs in bulk. You'll find Boar's everywhere discount meats are sold. Dollar stores, warehouse clubs, and budget grocery chains across the South and West. Their packaging is unmistakable. Bright colors, massive multi-packs, and prices that make you double-check the label. Many of their Franks use mixed meats and are skinless, designed to maximize value per pound. The reason people buy Boar's is straightforward economics. When you need hot dogs for a kid's birthday party or a scout troop cookout, Boar's lets you feed dozens without breaking the bank. They cook quickly, don't require premium condiments to mask the flavor, and kids rarely complain. Blind taste tests consistently rank these Franks dead last for a reason. They taste flat and overwhelmingly salty with minimal beef character or spice complexity. Several product lines use mechanically separated meats, which creates that processed texture called mushy. On the grill, Boar's dogs have a frustratingly short window before they split and turn rubbery. There's no snap, no juice, and nothing that makes you want a second bite. Boar's succeeds as a pure commodity play. If hot dogs are just a vehicle for ketchup and relish, these work fine. But if you actually care what the Frank tastes like, Boar's is a hard pass. Oscar Mayer Classic Wieners claim the number 9 spot, and this is going to upset people because Oscar Mayer is basically synonymous with American hot dogs. The Oscar Mayer company traces back to 1883 in Chicago, and by the 1920s through 1950s, they'd turned wieners into a household staple. That iconic Wienermobile has been rolling through American towns since 1936, and the jingle, you know the one, lives rent-free in the heads of multiple generations. Oscar Mayer offers mixed meat and all-beef lines, mostly skinless, and you can find them in virtually every supermarket from Maine to California. The nostalgia factor is undeniable. For millions of Americans, Oscar Mayer is the hot dog. The one mom bought, the one at every cookout, the one that tastes like childhood. They're always on sale, always in stock, and kids recognize the bright yellow and red packaging. That familiarity keeps Oscar Mayer as one of the top-selling hot dog brands year after year. The flavor is aggressively classic hot dog, meaning it tastes exactly like what you expect a hot dog to taste like, which isn't necessarily a compliment. The texture is soft and bouncy with zero snap, and purists immediately notice the long ingredient list packed with fillers and flavor enhancers. Oscar Mayer leans heavily on added flavors to create that familiar taste, and the result feels more like a hot dog-flavored product than actual beef or pork. Oscar Mayer wins on brand recognition and nostalgia, but strip away the Wienermobile and childhood memories, and you're left with an aggressively mediocre Frank. Ballpark beef Franks take the number 8 slot, and these Michigan-born dogs have been synonymous with baseball since 1957. Created specifically for Detroit's Tiger Stadium, Ballpark Franks quickly became the quintessential ballpark experience. Smoky, sweet, and designed to pair with stadium mustard and a cold beer. They offer all beef and Angus lines, all skinless, with that signature fluffy, emulsified texture. Ballpark is everywhere. Grocery stores, gas stations, concession stands. If there's a grill within 100 miles, there's probably a pack of Ballpark Franks nearby. The appeal is tailored for tailgates and parties. Ballpark dogs have bold, smoky sweet flavor that stands up to heavy toppings. Pile on the chili, cheese, onions, and sauerkraut. And these Franks hold their own. That bouncy, juicy texture works when you're eating with one hand while juggling a beer in the other. They're priced for volume, so you can feed the whole crew without spending a fortune. That fluffy, spongy texture divides people immediately. Some love the soft bite, others call it mushy and artificial. The flavor skews sweeter than traditional deli-style Franks, and the sodium content is alarmingly high even by hot dog standards. The emulsified texture lacks the snap and density that serious hot dog fans crave, and biting into a Ballpark can feel more like biting into a very meaty sponge than an actual sausage. Ballpark wins when flavor and toppings matter more than texture. For everyone else, that sweetness and sponginess keep it in the bottom half. Vienna beef grabs the number 7 spot, and if you're from Chicago, you're probably already angry about this ranking. Founded in 1893 and debuted at the Chicago World's Fair, Vienna beef isn't just a hot dog, it's a cultural institution. Traditional Vienna beef Franks come in natural sheep casings with that iconic Chicago-style spice blend: garlic, paprika, celery salt, and black pepper. The all-beef composition and natural casings give these dogs the snap and texture that define a proper Chicago dog. In the Midwest, especially Chicagoland, Vienna beef is the gold standard, sold at corner stands, sports stadiums, and grocery stores. When you find the casing versions, Vienna beef delivers everything a hot dog should be. A satisfying snap when you bite through the casing, followed by juicy, garlicky beef with that distinctive celery salt finish. The flavor is assertive and complex compared to blander supermarket Franks. For Chicagoans, Vienna beef isn't just preferred. It's the only acceptable choice for a proper Chicago-style dog loaded with mustard, relish, onions, tomatoes, pickles, peppers, and celery salt on a poppy seed bun. Outside the Midwest, Vienna beef can be tough to find, and the grocery store skinless versions lose much of what makes the brand special. Even the casing dogs can taste overly salty and greasy, and the oil content can make them messy on the grill. The regional nature means most Americans have never tried Vienna beef, and when they do, the aggressive seasoning can feel like too much for those raised on milder Franks. Vienna beef is a Chicago treasure, but limited distribution and divisive saltiness keep it from climbing higher. Trader Joe's organic grass-fed beef hot dogs land at number 6, and this is where we start seeing brands that take ingredients seriously. Trader Joe's private label hot dogs emerged in the 2000s as part of the organic and natural foods movement. These Franks are 100% beef, grass-fed, and contain no added nitrites except those naturally occurring in celery powder. Many lots come with natural casings, giving them a traditional snap. The ingredient deck is refreshingly short. Beef, water, spices, sea salt, with none of the fillers or unpronounceable additives you see in mainstream brands. People buy these for clean eating without sacrificing flavor. The beef taste is prominent and meaty rather than sweet or overly processed, and the natural casing provides that satisfying pop when you bite down. For health-conscious shoppers, Trader Joe's offers organic, grass-fed quality at a price point well below Whole Foods or boutique butcher shops. The flavor is straightforward and beefy, which appeals to anyone tired of mystery meat franks. The downside is exclusivity. You can only get these at Trader Joe's, so availability is limited to areas with stores. The flavor profile is distinctly less sweet and smoky than classic American hot dogs, which some people miss. The slightly smaller diameter makes them feel less substantial, and because they're leaner, they can dry out faster on the grill if you're not careful. If you grew up on Ballpark, these might taste too beef-forward and not hot dog enough. Trader Joe's delivers quality ingredients and honest flavor, but the leaner profile and limited availability keep it from the top tier. Boar's Head Beef Franks claim the number 5 spot, and this New York delicatessen brand brings premium quality to the supermarket. Boar's Head has been around since 1905, originally as a New York-based deli meat purveyor before expanding nationwide with operations in Florida. Their beef franks are all beef, widely available in deli cases, and many varieties come in natural casings. The brand has built a reputation for premium cold cuts and prepared meats, and their franks carry that same upscale positioning. Boar's Head franks feature a balanced pepper and garlic seasoning blend that delivers flavor without overwhelming the beef. The quality is immediately noticeable. These dogs have a firm snap from the natural casing, and the interior is dense and meaty rather than soft or emulsified. The seasoning is sophisticated, more black pepper and less sugar than mainstream brands, giving Boar's Head a deli counter feel. They grill beautifully, developing a nice char without splitting or turning rubbery. For backyard cooks who want to elevate their cookout without sourcing artisan sausages, Boar's Head delivers. The price is noticeably higher than grocery aisle competitors, and for casual hot dog eaters, the difference might not justify the cost. The seasoning, while excellent, skews toward a denser salt hit than some prefer. Boar's Head also lacks the playful Americana nostalgia of brands like Nathan's. It's a serious, grown-up hot dog, which is great for some occasions, but feels overly formal for a summer cookout with kids. Boar's Head represents premium grocery store quality, but the higher price and slightly serious vibe keep it just outside the top 4. Applegate Naturals. Organic uncured beef hot dogs take the number 4 spot, and this is where clean label hot dogs meet serious flavor. Founded in 1987 in New Jersey, Applegate pioneered the natural and organic meat movement, offering products with no antibiotics, no synthetic nitrites, and transparently sourced ingredients. Their beef franks are 100% beef, seasoned with sea salt and spices, with no fillers or artificial anything. The ingredient list is shockingly short compared to mainstream franks, and the brand has built fierce loyalty among label readers and health-conscious families. Applegate dogs come in both natural casing and skinless varieties, depending on the product line. The taste is clean and beefy, with a tight, firm texture that holds up beautifully on the grill. There's no weird aftertaste or chemical tang, just straightforward beef flavor enhanced with subtle spicing. The natural casings provide that satisfying snap, and because the emulsion is leaner and less processed, these dogs have a dense, meaty bite. Applegate consistently ranks high in taste tests among natural/organic brands, and their sourcing transparency gives parents peace of mind. The cost per pound is significantly higher than conventional hot dogs, which can sting when feeding a crowd. The leaner emulsion, while healthier, can feel firmer and less juicy to people accustomed to fattier Ballpark or Oscar Mayer franks. Applegate doesn't have the nostalgia factor or widespread recognition of heritage brands, and some traditionalists find the flavor too grown up and not sweet or smoky enough. Applegate nails the clean ingredient category without sacrificing flavor, but the premium price and leaner texture keep it just shy of the top 3. Speaking of, please subscribe and like this video, because number 1 is only 3 spots away. Nathan's famous skinless beef franks grabbed the bronze medal at number 3, and this Coney Island legend has been crushing the hot dog game since 1916. Nathan's began as a nickel hot dog stand on Coney Island and quickly became a New York institution. The brand's retail franks, widely available nationwide since the late 20th century, attempt to capture that classic boardwalk flavor in grocery store form. Nathan's uses all beef with a signature garlic paprika spice blend, and while the retail version is skinless, it maintains much of the bold, assertive flavor that made the brand famous. You can find Nathan's in virtually every supermarket across America. Mass market taste tests consistently rank Nathan's near the top for balanced smoke, assertive beefiness, and that unmistakable New York deli flavor. The seasoning is bold without being overwhelming. Garlic and paprika shine through with just enough smoke to evoke that boardwalk nostalgia. Nathan's performs beautifully on a flat top or grill, developing a nice char and staying juicy inside. The flavor is robust enough to stand alone with just mustard, but it also holds up to loaded toppings. The sodium content is higher than the top 2 brands, and some find the garlic flavor a touch aggressive. The skinless retail version lacks the snap that natural casing enthusiasts crave, and while the flavor is excellent, the texture is softer than true deli counter franks. Nathan's also skews slightly pricier than Ballpark or Oscar Mayer, without quite reaching the premium tier. Nathan's delivers iconic New York flavor with national availability, and that balance of quality and accessibility makes it a solid number 3. Hebrew National Beef Franks claim the runner-up spot at number 2, and this kosher powerhouse has earned its reputation as one of America's best. Established in 1905 in New York City, Hebrew National has been held to strict kosher processing standards for over a century. Their franks are 100% beef with no byproducts, no fillers, and no artificial flavors or colors, just beef, spices, and seasonings. The kosher certification requires higher quality cuts and more rigorous processing, which translates directly into flavor and texture. Hebrew National is widely available across the country, mostly in skinless retail form, though deli counters sometimes carry casing versions. Year after year, taste tests describe Hebrew National as clean, beef-forward, and garlicky, with a dense, meaty chew that feels substantial. The seasoning is balanced and sophisticated, letting the beef flavor shine through without masking it with excessive smoke or sweetness. Hebrew National has built tremendous brand trust over decades of consistent quality, and many families stick with the brand specifically because they know what they're getting. The texture is firmer and less spongy than Ballpark or Oscar Mayer, delivering a more premium bite. The price is higher than mainstream competitors, though not quite at Boar's Head or Applegate levels. The natural casing versions, the ones with the real snap, can be hard to find in regular supermarkets, and the skinless retail dogs, while excellent, lack that textural element. Some tasters also find Hebrew National slightly underseasoned compared to the bold spice hit of Nathan's or Vienna beef. Hebrew National delivers exceptional quality, clean ingredients, and reliably delicious flavor. It's the thinking person's hot dog and absolutely deserves the number 2 spot. Taking the number 1 spot is Costco's Kirkland Signature Beef Hot Dogs. And if you've ever had the $1.50 hot dog combo at the Costco food court, you already know why. Kirkland Signature Hot Dogs launched in the mid-1990s and quickly developed a cult following that borders on religious devotion. These are quarter-pound all-beef franks with no byproducts, no fillers, and no artificial colors. They're sold in massive club packs at Costco, but more famously, they're the hot dogs served at Costco's food court for $1.50 with a soda. a price that hasn't changed since 1985, despite inflation, supply chain chaos, and rising beef costs. Costco's co-founder once told the CEO, "If you raise the price of the hot dog combo, I will kill you." The value-to-quality ratio is unmatched in the entire hot dog industry. Kirkland Franks are juicy, beefy, and satisfying with a clean flavor that doesn't rely on heavy smoke or sweetness. The texture is firm and substantial. These are thick dogs that feel hearty on the grill or roller. The seasoning is straightforward and lets the beef quality speak for itself, which is exactly what you want from a quarter-pound Frank. Bite into a Kirkland dog, and you get juice, beef flavor, and a satisfying chew that makes you immediately want another. Costco's hot dogs perform flawlessly whether you're grilling them at home or grabbing one from the food court. They char beautifully without splitting, hold up to any topping combination, and maintain their texture even when steamed. The cult status of the food court combo has turned the Kirkland Frank into a cultural icon. People plan Costco trips around getting that $1.50 hot dog. The only real drawback is that you need a Costco membership to buy them, and the club pack sizing means you're committing to a lot of hot dogs at once. Some hot dog purists also note that Kirkland's flavor profile is beefy and straightforward without the spice complexity of Chicago or New York styles. There's no celery salt or paprika punch, just clean beef flavor. Kirkland signature beef hot dogs win on quality, value, and pure satisfaction. They're the hot dog that makes you realize you've been settling for less your entire life. There you have it. Costco's Kirkland signature beef hot dogs take the crown as America's best packaged hot dog, proving that quality and value can coexist. From rubbery budget Franks to premium all-beef champions, this ranking shows that ingredients, texture, and honest flavor matter more than nostalgia and clever marketing. The best hot dogs prioritize real beef, balanced seasoning, and satisfying bite over fillers and artificial shortcuts. What do you think? Did we get it right, or is your backyard favorite being disrespected? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more food rankings that settle the debates you never knew you needed settled.